Hey Jess, what are we doing on this plane?
We're going to Santa Cruz Trek.
Good morning. So today we start a part of the trek that I was probably, or the part of the trip that I was probably most excited about. So we are in Huaraz and we are on our morning walk to go catch some like little local transport buses to get us up to Huascaran National Park, where we are going to do what's called the Santa Cruz Trek. It's you can do it a little faster, but most people do it in about 3 nights, 4 days, and that's what we're planning on doing, which will be a nice easy pace, I hope, because we do have a lot of elevation gain. The highest point on the trek is over 15,000 feet, which will be a new highest elevation for me, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, that's where we're headed today. It'll take us a little while to get out to like the trailhead at the beginning of the national park. But then it should be like 3 to 4 days of really beautiful trekking in some pretty high mountains. After 2 colectivo rides, which is just like a shared ride, we have arrived in Cachapampa, and then this is the beginning of our trek. Just looking so pretty already. Alright, entering the national park, or as Teresa just said, the Jurassic World. It does look like you would see a dinosaur come out of there. Burro. Son los burros.
And a tiny horse.
And a horse. I feel like I've got all the colors and all the different flowers. La floof, indeed. This is pointing the way to, I think, a summit, because 6,000 meters is quite high. You can't really see it, but probably somewhere back that way. Rained on us pretty good for a while, but fortunately now the sun is out. We're nice sunny lunch. See the rainbow? our tent on our first night. Yes, we did. It started raining as we set up this tent, and actually we managed to get it set up pretty quickly in the rain, and we had never set it up before, so I'm actually pretty proud about that. So hopefully it'll stop raining because it's still light out. It's probably beautiful. So, but nice and toasty, warm, and dry-ish for now. Good morning on day 2 of our Santa Cruz Trek. This is the valley where we slept last night, and it's much clearer this morning than it was last night, so you can see more, like that snowy monster peak peeking out over the mountains over there. I think we're actually quite surrounded by those. You just can't see them in the valley that we're in. You can see some more big snowy mountains off that way, and that's actually the direction we're headed today. We'll be continuing to gain in elevation. I think we slept a little over 12,000 feet last night, and you can see our tent over there. Jess and Teresa are still kind of tucked in. Super gorgeous this morning. I really hope this current beautiful weather lasts for us. We'll see. Jess is making friends over breakfast. You got one coming up behind you too.
I'm surrounded.
Yep. You can see more and more of this one as we walk along. That is probably a glacier sitting at the base of that mountain there. I know that this mountain range is meant to have quite a few of those. So it's pretty cool. That's Down Valley. That's where we're headed. The Santa Cruz Trek continues that way. We are going to do a little side trail up to this lake. It should be quite a climb, so maybe I shouldn't call it a little side trail, but hoping that it would come with some pretty beautiful views. Okay, we're still not quite to our lake yet, but definitely getting better views of all the crazy snowy, cool, high glacial mountains around us. Okay, so we are currently at the Alpamayo, or the Arihuaycocha base camp. So the lake is called is Arihuaycocha, and that I believe is going to be just up where that water's coming from. So that's where we're headed next. But this is a base camp because some crazy people, actually it's pretty cool, they will continue trekking up into these mountains. And one of these peaks, I believe, I don't want to misspeak. I don't know which one. I just know that I can see on the map that there's a trail that continues up into all that, which is pretty cool. Well, I think we definitely found a glacier.
Just a little one.
Just a, yeah, little thing. Oh my gosh. Yay! This is incredible.
Oh my god.
Wow. Well, we made it to the lake, and it is incredible. So worth the extra hike up here. So there's this cool little saying we saw in a coffee shop on our first morning in Huaraz that seems appropriate right now. And it goes, ve tras tus sueños, todo es posible. El camino puede ser duro, pero la vista desde la cima vale la pena. So this is how many meters this lake is at. I don't think very well in meters, but Justice Garmin says we're at about 15,500 feet, which basically ties with the highest elevation I have ever been at, which is on top of Mount Whitney. So this like basically ties my record, and by tomorrow I'll break both of those.
Hey, 14.
So this is the valley we were in earlier before we started our climb up to that lake, which was up that way. Now instead of dropping all the way back down into the valley, we're gonna follow this trail along the hillside here to meet back up with the trail we were on. So this is home for the night. You can see we've got our tent set up over there underneath this beautiful landscape here. Tomorrow we will be going over Punta Union Pass, which I would assume is right over here. I don't know that for sure. Sometimes I'm wrong about these things. But that's going to be our high point of this whole trek. And I'm pretty excited about it. We had beautiful weather today. Came all the way from down this valley, which you can't even like see where we came from. Hiked up that way to go see that beautiful lake. So lucky with the weather. Solid, solid day. This cow would very much like some of our dinner. She was even closer a second ago. I think she's still holding out hope. Looks so cool. Good morning. Day 3 of Santa Cruz Trek. It's our teeth brushing party. I don't know where this dog came from, but she has completely halted the packing up process this morning. Oh my goodness. So we are leaving camp now. We are on our way up to Punta Union, which will be the highest point of this trek, and also the highest point that I have ever been at. I can't remember what the exact elevation is. I just know it's over 15,000 feet, which sounds mind-blowing to me. So we start climbing pretty much right away, and we'll see what it looks like up there. Working our way up. It's a valley we spent 2 days walking through. This is the big, cool mountain we slept under last night. Pass, I'm assuming, is still right up there somewhere. Hopefully. This is our little guide dog this morning. She just waits for us because we're slow.
Shoot, he's done.
Alright, made it. Quite out of breath. Punta Union, what does that say, 4750 in meters? Alright, for those of us who can't think in meters, we are at
15,684 feet.
wow.
Roughly. The highest we've ever climbed.
Yes. Views from the top.
So uncomfortable.
And our favorite guide dog came all the way to the top with us. She knew she'd get these pets. A few more pets. Because just getting to the point is not enough. Jess and I are going to scramble up to where those little rock cairns are. Let's check it out. One last panorama from the highest point that I intend to climb today.
Should I see how what elevation we're at?
Yeah, sure. It's been, what, another
My legs
50
are shaking.
feet. Just legs are all shaky.
15.7.
15,
Gained 100.
15.7. So we're working our way down. I'm just looking back at the where we came from, and I think it's this little spot in between the rocks here. This is where we came out earlier from the pass. It a night. It gets dark early. Should have a short hike out in the morning. Good morning on our final morning of our Santa Cruz Trek. A little chilly this morning. Trying to get a little slightly earlier start than we have been getting this trip. We only have about 5 kilometers to hike out, and then we're going to La Vaqueria, and then we'll be catching, hopefully, various rides that'll get us back to Huaraz today. So it's been lovely. So glad we had the opportunity to do this trek. Our shared ride has taken some unexpected turns. We're currently in some pueblo that was the wrong direction, but it's pretty. We're currently having breakfast in a little town called Yanama, which is the opposite direction that we needed to go. We had a very exciting ride. I'm trying to get us all in the shot, I can't. Had a very exciting ride. In a colectivo, which is like a shared ride. Who wants to tell the world about their favorite part of our ride today?
My favorite was when the car was completely full and everyone had to get off, thinking that it was too many people, but we just turned around and picked up more people and picked up everyone else.
Yeah, we just forgot somebody. We just had to go back and get them to fit a few more people. There were, what, we counted like 24 people on that bus? Yeah.
Van.
Yeah. Also,
Terrifying turnaround on the mountain.
Yes.
One side is mountain, and then narrow dirt/gravel road, and then like thousands of feet to your death in the valley. And we don't know what's happening because they're speaking another language. They're not speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden the van starts turning, and then we start backing up towards the edge. And I'm terrified. I'm like this the whole time. And Teresa's making some like girl sound from inside her body. And Jen's like trying to figure out how to say, "Stop! I want to die this way."
yes, I was ready to yell that if it got to that point. Needless to say, it's been an adventurous morning.
We made it.
But we're alive. We made it, sort of. Well, the adventure continues. So we're trying to get to Yungay. That's where we're trying to get to. And the ride we are on, the van has started overheating. Because we have quite a high like mountain pass to go over, and we're on our way up. Apparently it's a bit much for the van, so I'm giving it a little break right now. Hopefully we make it. Back in the van, getting close to the top. I think. Well, we made it to the top of our pass. Van intact and still running, so that's good. It's an absolutely amazingly beautiful spot. This is the pass that we drove through. I think it's called Portachuelo or something similar to that. Well, after so many hours in our colectivo, we finally made it down the mountain to Yungay, and then from Yungay to Huaraz, and we are now back in our Airbnb, showered. We celebrated the success of our trip with some maracuya sours. Yeah, really long day, but super fun trip. So grateful to have been able to do the Santa Cruz Trek, and now so grateful to be clean and go to sleep. Correction, Jess is not showered. She's still disgusting. So today we are spending one more day in Huaraz. After all of our journeying yesterday, today is just a day to kind of get some chores done. To return to the United States, we have to have a negative COVID test, and our flight to the US is tomorrow. So yeah, everything's kind of coming to an end. So went out and got our COVID test this morning. It was the first one I've ever had. They're not comfortable. I now know. So yeah, today is just kind of a chill day, get a few errands done, and yeah, kind of sad that everything's coming to kind of an end here. It's been a really, really fun trip. We leave for Lima tonight, and we'll have one day to spend in Lima tomorrow, and then we fly home. All right, we just got on our night bus. This time, we are traveling in style. Look at us laid out, so comfy. Morning from Lima. We slept some on our fancy overnight bus ride from Huaraz to Lima, and this is Jess and I's last day in Peru. We spend the day here and then we fly out tonight to go back to the US. But we're here bright and early, and we are starting our day in this cute little park right here, right by the ocean. This park is called Parque de Amor, the Park of Love. Seems like a nice start to a day. This is a little park to honor the Chinese immigrants that came to Peru.
Hey Yoti, do you see the sign?
See, it says yeah. All right, we're trying the real thing here. Got some ceviche, arroz con mariscos, chicharrones,
Hot sauce.
and hot sauce.
Which is
Yeah.
The fish still needs to cook, I think, in the sauce.
Oh, the fish? Okay. And Teresa's teaching me how to do it. I have to put the sauce in the fish. All right. Well, I'm just going to eat it. we're gonna see what happens. It's going to be okay. Watching the sunset on our last night in Peru. It's a pretty fitting ending to a really beautiful trip. beautiful places and beautiful people.